Good morning, friends, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 9. Let's see what we have today. Oh, lemon drizzle, that's interesting. Good morning, friends. How spectacular was that sunrise this morning? I almost missed it as well, so I'd opened all the windows when I woke up just for a bit of fresh air, and then I was going to close them because it was getting a bit chilly. And I saw this sort of pink hue and I peeked around and I was like, oh wow. And I actually had to go into the garden to properly see it. It was so beautiful. Anyway, today I'm so excited because I'm taking something off my Vlogmas bucket list. Basically, I really hoped to go to Glasgow this December and bring you along, and it just didn't look like it was going to happen. But today, the weather is okay. I think it might still be a bit windy, but at least it's fair. And my dad's still not ready for visitors yet, so I think we're going to see him tomorrow. So that means that I have today free, and I thought, why don't we just go to Glasgow? So I think that's our plan. And what time are we at? Yeah, I think I'm going to get the about 10 o'clock train, and we're not going to Glasgow, central Glasgow, like city centre Glasgow. I think I would quite like to return to Hyndland, which if you watched my Cosy autumn in Glasgow video, that is where me and Ashley stayed, and we had a little wander around and it was so pretty around that area. So I would love to revisit and see all of their Christmas decorations and have a little bit more of an explore. I also saw somebody mention that there's this like historic Paddington bear in one of the windows, so I'm going to see if I can try and find that. But anyway, I better get going. I'm actually not late this morning, but I don't want to be late. Welcome to Glasgow. More specifically, I think this area is still called Hyndland. That's where I got off on the train anyway. And just back there, if you watched the vlog where Ashley and I in October stayed at the One Devonshire, I'm just near there, and when we stayed there I discovered this beautiful lane, and they decorated it so well for autumn that I was really curious what their Christmas decorations would look like. So that is our first port of call, and then I would really like to head to Hyndland's sort of high street for a little browse and look for the Paddington bear that's been there since the 80s. Poor little VW. What a beautiful, glorious day. It's cold, but so, look at the sky. Oh, and some sunshine. So I've just been wandering around because I ended up talking to my mum for a little while, and there are a few shops on Hyndland's high street that I want to pop into, but I didn't want to do that when I was on the phone. So I've literally just been wandering about the neighbourhood, admiring everybody's Christmas trees and decorations. So now I think, oh, I also saw the Paddington Bear. He was so cute. You couldn't really tell he was Paddington Bear because they've dressed him up as Santa for Christmas. But I'm glad that I got to see him. And I see that one of the other shop windows actually had a little Paddington as well to, I guess, just a nod to the original one. So anyway, let's head to the high street now and have a pop into a few shops. There's Biscuit, who we have in Edinburgh as well. There's a bookshop and a charity shop. So let's go. I enjoyed that little browse of the Hyndland's High Street. It actually reminded me a little bit of Bruntsfield, just with the houses and the tenements around, and then the little sort of independent shops that they have. Anyway, now I think I'm going to head down towards Kelvingrove Park and see what we see. I'm starting to get a little bit peckish, but I'm really not very familiar with where best to eat in Glasgow. So we're going to try and find a little cafe that's not too busy and have something for lunch. I'm so glad I remembered about the Hidden Lane tea room and just Hidden Lane in general. I had such a nice little, what did they call it? A wee tea. So I had 3 sort of veggie sandwiches, little triangles, and then, well, you would have seen it. I had their special scone of the day, which was their dark chocolate and coconut, and I had the Turkish apple tea. So that was really lovely, and it was the perfect amount. There were people there, but it was really quiet where I was sitting. So now I think it's probably time to sort of generally wander back to the train station. I'm thoroughly enjoying just spotting all these different angles of these sort of well-known buildings. I think that's the university, and I believe that's the Kelvingrove Museum, but maybe that one's not. I'm pretty sure that's the museum though.